Good morning, students. In this way, we studied few paragraphs of this story, and this was the new paragraph. The next day, both men got off in good season. In the above paragraph, we have seen that we have studied that the host shows the guest which type of money he has, and after showing his money, he again puts back his money into the bag, and then he hangs the bag on the nail. After what happens, let me read again this paragraph. The next day both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow. Milk, I think in English, na, you find many words that is verb and noun both. Here, milk is verb, as water is verb and noun both at the same. So the crafter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. Present time, this one is very old spelling. Present time, when the third form of get, that is got, not gotten. So it's old type of archaic word. So now these days these are not used. So remember this. They left the cottage at the same time. In this paragraph, in the above paragraph, we have studied that this one is the night time, and both talking and playing the card and looking everything, both sleep. And at the early morning, when the guest finds that the host wakes up, and he is very hurry, and he is in hurry to milk his cow, to looking at the guest looking at the host, the guest also thinks that it's not good, because the host is going to work and the guest is sleeping. So he also gets up and they left the cottage at the same time, and so he also gets up, and both are prepared, and both get ready, and at the same time both leave the cottage. Where both go, let me read this. The crafter, here crafter is none but the old person who gives the peddler shelter in his house, who gives the shelter to the peddler in his house. The crafter means the old person. The crafter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the rat trap said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon I think fal swaroop in Hindi word, this one is the fal swaroop. After this, no, what happens, so this one is the thereupon. So goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. In this way, this one is the normal addressing word when you are about to leave anyone, to goodbye, hi, hello, such type of thing. In this way, both do such type of thing, and both now are about to go to their path, and both leave the cottage. And in this way, first of all, I want to tell you, I am doing my best, na, so that when you watch this video, you can feel that you are studying in the classroom. You are studying in the classroom, and I teach in your classroom. So for this, I try my best, na. As far as I can do, I am doing, and I hope that you also feel such type of feeling what I said here, na, earlier. So in this way, in this paragraph, what happens? Both leave the cottage, na? Both leave the cottage, and both are going ahead on their path. Sorry, but half an hour later, the rat trap peddler. Meaning crofter and peddler. You understand? Peddler is the protagonist of this story, no? So, but half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in. However, he only went up to the window, smashed a pane. Smashed a pane means window, the glass of pane. When you break, this process is known as the smashed. Stuck, stick. This one is stick and stuck in his hand, and got hold of the pouch with the 30 kroner. He took the money and thrust it into his own pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place, sorry, and went away. In the starting paragraph, when we studied the introductory paragraph of the story, we found that the quality of the main character, he was a thief also, no? He was a thief also. When he find chance, he does not lose the chance to steal. So here he easily will see each and everything, no? Here he easily will sees everything, what is where in this cottage. So half an hour, it means both are going ahead on their path, but half an hour, the peddler means the thief means main character na, returns to the cottage, and when he returns to the cottage, he stands at the front of the door, but he does not enter the cottage, and he goes to the window, and when he goes to the window, he breaks the glass of window, and when he breaks the glass of window, he puts his hand forward na, through the window, and when he in this way he puts out the leather pouch, you can say the money bag na, from the cottage, and put out 30 kroner from the bag, and again he puts back the bag inside the cottage, and in this way he leaves the cottage. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. In this way, in this paragraph, in the starting paragraph, we found what is his first quality to make a rat trips, and in this paragraph we found what is his second. I already he is not habitual to think, no? He is not habitual to steal anything, he is not accustomed to steal anything, but he is actually thief, you can say. By his challenges, by his helplessness, na, he has to do something, na. So this one is the secondary work, na. This one is not his prior, this one is not a primary work, but this one is his secondary work. So he is doing here secondary work, na. It means he does not break only the glass of the window, but he breaks also the trust of someone. Thus the he break also the he breaks someone's trust, na. In this way we find. In this one is the over. Let me roll down second paragraph. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. This one is not smartness, but if you say that you are very smart, I think you are making yourself fool. Nothing is more. Na? This one is not smartness. Na? He realized, of course, that at first he dared not continue on the public highway, but must turn up the road into the woods. During the first hours, this caused him no difficulty. Later in the day, it became worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. Na? He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction, but the path twisted back and forth so strangely. In this way, after stealing money and putting the money into his pocket, he thinks that he is very smart and talented person in this world, because by this way he steals the money, and when he thinks such type of he thinks when he thinks this way, he is very happy over his work. So he thinks that it's not good for him, to walk, yeah, to walk on the public highway, so he decides he needs to go through the path of forest. So he decides to go through the path of forest. When he starts going through the path of forest, the starting time and for an hour 2 hours, he thinks he faces everything easily he faces, na? But later in the day he finds everything has been worse and worse, and at the last time ultimately he is confused by which path by adopting which path he will get out from this forest. He does not understand. If he starts from here and going, ultimately he returns on that place. when such type of he is facing confusion in the forest, when he is totally confused how he will come out from this path, because this one is the evening time too, and everything has been dark, so he can't easily see everything in the forest, so he does not understand where he needs to go in the forest. So what he ultimately what he faces, let me roll down it. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood, and finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. All at once he recalled his thoughts about the world and the writer. In this way, I already told you in this paragraph that he starts from one place and ultimately he returns on that place. So he so confused in the forest, he does not understand where he needs to go, how he can put out, how he come out, how he comes out from the forest. So he is totally in confusion, no? So in this way, earlier in the starting paragraph, in the second or third paragraph, I think in the second paragraph we studied that he says that the whole world is like a rat trap, and all the things of the world are like bats, no? And everyone is caught, everyone is tempted, no? For finding getting such type of things, and now he thinks he himself, no? He himself is caught in this rat trap of the world, in this rat trap, no? Of the world. Now how he will come out, and this one is the night time, everything has been dark, he can't see the path. Many many problems, many challenges he faces here, no? Now his own turn had come. Now he accept that this one is own, his own term. Meaning now he is caught himself. He had let himself be fooled by a bat and had been caught. The whole forest with its trunks, branches, trunks. This one is the branches. Its thickets, fallen logs. Man, गट्ठर बड़े बड़े बोटे जो होते logs closed in upon him like an impenetrable माने you can't break anything, that is impenetrable prison, it means you can't break the wall of the prison from which he could never escape. Now he accepts, now he money peddler also accepts this one is very dark, this one is a very dark time for him, and he is caught in this dark forest, and now he can't come out from this forest. In this way, who accepts this one thing, this one is accepted by, this one is accepted by peddler. He accepts that now he can't come out from the from the forest. Let me read next paragraph. What is the next paragraph? This one is the next paragraph. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending, ascending and descending. Descending meaning utarna. You can say getting down over the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom. Gloom means disappear. Finally, he saw no way out, and he sank down. Sink means डूब जाना means he thinks, he ponders, he thinks seriously. Na? Sank down on the ground, tired to death. Now, writer describes what is the condition, yeah, what is the time. No? One writer says that this one is the December time, and it's late December, and darkness is everywhere in the forest. In the forest, it means it has been dark time, and he and as the darkness is increasing and increasing, as he faces challenges in the forest, and finally he, when he does not think about anything, he sits down and he starts thinking seriously, and when he starts thinking seriously, he finds that his death is sure. Now he can't come out from this forest, thinking that his last moment had come. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, hard, regular thumping. Thump mana thumping kana patakana. There was no doubt as to what that was. Na? He raised himself. Those are the hammer one hatauda. Hammering its verb also. Strokes from an iron mill. He thought there must be people nearby. Na? He summoned all his strength, got up and staggered in the direction of the and stagger in the direction of the sorry of the sound. Stagger means when you walk near about falling माने staggering you can say जब थक कर अत्यधिक चलने की प्रक्रिया होता है तो इधर उधर हिलने डुलने लगते हैं when you put at the right way if you put your leg if you put your leg on the here that it will go to another side. Now, this prakriya, this process is known as a staggering in the direction of the sound. And when he is very gloom, he is very disappeared, he sits on the ground and thinks. And when as soon as he puts his head on the ground, he listens the sound of hammering, and easily way he understands there is a mill around him. So he stands up and starts searching out where is the mill, and with the help of his tired leg he starts walking. And when he starts walking, what he finds, let me roll down at the direction of the round. In this way, this paragraph is over. The Ramjo iron works which are now closed down were not so long ago a large plant with smelter, rolling mill and forge. In the summertime, in this way he knows that in this forest area there is a factory. The name of the factory that was Ramjo Iron Works. Now it's totally closed. The writer accept that now it's totally closed, but very recently it is closed, not so long ago माने बहुत पहले नहीं बंद हो गया, but recently it is closed है ना. It had a large plant, smelting, rolling mill, forge माने furnaces में भट्टी माने such type of activities used to do in the mill. The writer accepts, the writer says this one thing, and after the writer describes according to the times. This one is the summer time, winter time, and rain time. What happens in the mill during these times. The writer accepts that summertime long lines of heavily loaded barges and schools slid down the canal. During the summer, if any boat is loaded by material by iron, and this one is swimming, yeah, through my transportation is done, yeah, transportation was done by canal through the summertime and led to the large inland lake. It goes to the inland. And after this one in winter time, if the transportation was done by the roadside. And when in winter time transportation was doing what was being done, the road had been dark so I stops here I think this one is the second video. I stop here, and in the next video I will start to teach from here. Okay, thanks.